Hey, I'm Adam Meister. Today's October the 2nd. It's a Friday, it's 2 p.m. I have to walk down to the University of Maryland Law School. I'm about to be interviewed on an internet radio show. I'm going to walk down Druid Hill Avenue, pass by some historic sites, and maybe see Bethel AME Church. So, follow my journey. Alright, on the corner of North Avenue and Druid Hill Avenue, and I'm looking at an abandoned building, and there's a Carl Stokes sign on it still from 2003. He hasn't taken it down yet. He was running for city council president. We all know Sheila Dixon won that one. Here we go. This is what it looks like here, Druid Hill Avenue, North Avenue. So the first block below North Avenue on Druid Hill Avenue is the 2200 block of Druid Hill Avenue. A few years ago, back in 2002, 2003, I loved this block. It's mostly empty buildings, and I wanted this to be the buy a block. It didn't work out. We picked the 2200 block of Linden Avenue and Reservoir Hill, and the rest is history. But this block remains pretty empty, pretty much actually in worse shape than it was when we saw it back 6 years ago. Now always remember, these houses that are bricked up like this in the front are owned by the Housing Authority of Baltimore City. They never sell their houses. These houses are like this for 15, 20 years. We, the taxpayers, fund these houses, but the city won't sell them. It's the city and the HABC is a combination of city and HUD. They just hold on to them, baby. Do nothing. So neighborhoods end up looking like this. I love this greenhouse. I used to love it. Actually, it was occupied at one time. I mean, we've got a lot of empties here. But yeah, we're on the 1800 block of Druid Hill Avenue right now. It's not too much different from the 2200. It's a little bit more occupied. The 2100, 2000, 1900 block, it gets a little bit more occupied. I mean, it varies. But I mean, I could show you empty houses all day. It's not that interesting. Down there, you can see a mural of some historical figures. Hey, we're between the 1600 and the 1700 block of Druid Hill Avenue. There's a mosque over there. It looks like they're having a big event or something. A lot of cars on the grass. And over here on the 1600 block is actually the YMCA, I believe, or Druid Family Center Y. This is Trinity Baptist Church here, 1600 block of Druid Hill Avenue. First big one we see. The corner of McMecken and Druid Hill Avenue, you can see all the way over to Utah Place. It's a straight line over there. So that is Bolton Hill over there. And in the distance, you can even see a bigger building in eastern Bolton Hill. So we're so close to Bolton Hill, but it is a completely different world here. All right, so we're at the corner of Lafayette and Druid Hill Avenue, and this is a park that's here. There are some neighbors around here that I personally know who live in McCulloh who try to maintain it. They've tried to get some grants. They've sold fresh food here before, had a little food market. Right next, there's a big building right there. I think the city owns it. It's completely empty. It's a beautiful old building. Across the street, again, we have a lot of empties. Some work being done. Here on Lafayette, actually, if I stood in the middle of it, you can see on one end Bolton Hill, on the other end you can see Lafayette Square and Pennsylvania Avenue. And you see that down there is toward Lafayette Square. Okay, here's the park sign, Henry Highland Garrett Park. And you can see, I believe that is Bethel AME right there. This is the 1300 block of Druid Hill Avenue still. And here's this huge building, I believe that is city-owned, that is falling apart. Here's the front of the old building. Cool looking building. And again, that is Bethel AME. Here's some of Bethel AME's neighbors right here. And yet Bethel AME here owns across the street, 1303 Druid Hill Avenue, it says. There's the welcome home. They're welcoming me. Welcome. And again, there's Bethel AME right next to the 1200 block. That's owned by Bethel AME. I think some of these buildings, and I don't know which ones, the Mitchell family, Kiefer Mitchell's family owns some buildings right around here. I wish I could pull. Oh, there's Kiefer Mitchell's, a very old Kiefer Mitchell sign in that window. We'll get close up in a second. Here we go. This is a Mitchell sign in the window for 4th District. It's a Tuesday. Remember to vote for him on Tuesday, September 1999. Tuesday, September the 14th. So, I guess the Mitchell family has something to do with this. This is one of the houses they are affiliated with. I could look it up. Yeah, it says Kiefer Mitchell. What's that say up there? Kiefer Mitchell something. And it says 1230 Druid Hill Avenue. Look it up. There's another church right there. It's Union Baptist Church. So here we are at the corner of Druid Hill Avenue and Dolphin. This is McCulloh Homes. This is the tower, one of the twin towers. Here are the low-rises right across the street. This is what it looks like. This is the heart of McCulloh Homes. We're in the middle of the low-rises, and we got the high-rises right here, baby. School is letting out. I'm heading south. So I'm looking right through here on Druid Hill Avenue at some of the low-rise projects at McCulloh Homes. You can see straight over to the hideous State Center building. So in my scenario, they would knock down all of this. I mean, this is really not the best way to live in low-rise housing projects. People say, well, you're displacing the poor. I mean, is this concentrated amount of poor people? Is this what we should have right in the middle of the city? And would a politician do a walk like this in the middle of the day, in the middle of McCulloh Homes? Who would do this? I mean, how many of you would do this, what I'm doing right this second? And what's that say about this city? I mean, if anybody could do this, then we could say, okay, yeah, let's keep the homes the way they are. Let's not blow this up. But since no one can do this, who can honestly say, if I can't walk through it, you know, that this should stay? I think some dudes are calling me over. Probably won't film them. 1000 block of Druid Hill Avenue. And again, I asked you, would you live here? Would you feel comfortable walking here? Would you feel comfortable doing what I'm doing right now? Is this right? Is this what Baltimore should be? Do you believe in Baltimore? This is Baltimore. This is really Baltimore. This isn't a lie. This isn't made up. This isn't some person sitting on Sunspot saying how crappy it is in the projects. I mean, this is really what it is. At 2:30 in the afternoon, school is letting out. McCulloh Homes. So this is Martin Luther King. I've crossed over Martin Luther King onto the Seton Hill side of Druid Hill Avenue, and we still have some low rises here. They put these here, I think, when they built Martin Luther King in around 1967-68. This is called Orchard Mews Apartments. The great Anna McKenzie, we'll pass by her house. She fought very hard to keep this Seton Hill neighborhood the way it was, and she was a great lady. Sure she'd enjoyed this video. So this is Seton Hill. I'm at the 700 block of Druid Hill Avenue at St. Mary's. And I had 15 minutes to get to Baltimore Street to get to my radio show. This is the beautiful St. Mary's Park. Really beautiful. So these are the revamped houses. There's a couple new houses down there. Oh look, there's the other side of the ugly, heinous BGE facility. So this is what's being cut off from Mount Vernon from my other video that you guys watched. And this is Anne McKenzie's house here on Druid Hill Avenue, this blue house. It was her house when she was alive. She did save this neighborhood, a great big chunk of it. Right down here is when it becomes Center Street here at Utah. Actually, here between Druid Hill Avenue and Packer Street, there's this little street called Jasper Street that I'm on now, and it's really quaint, as you can see. I mean, it sort of looks like Fells Point. It's a little alley street, but very well kept. Some great people live on this street. Some people I know. Here are some newer looking ones. Well, that's it. That's the end of my trip today. We're here in St. Mary's Park here in Seton Hill at the corner of Packer Street and St. Mary's Street. Thanks for watching the show today. There'll be more. Remember to check out BaltimoreHourly.com, and Meisterpiece Theater is coming soon. This is just a sneak preview. Have a great night.